Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm working on another fun card that I am placing in my Bought It Then Forgot It series. These are some supplies that I bought a while ago, forgot about them, or at least placed them on the back burner for a bit, and I'm excited because I want to see this come to life. So I want to do some fun ink blending and paper piecing and bring this all together. I think it's going to look so cute when it's done. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to grab these puffy cloud borders and I'm going to create myself a stencil. So I think I'm going to use the middle one. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim that out. And then I'll place the other two. Actually, I really like this one, I think. I could do, no, I really like that one. Okay, so we put these back in here. And then I'm going to set these to the side for a moment, but what I want to do, actually, let me take this off and grab a panel just so I can see. I want to do a vertical card, but I want to make sure, oh yes, I have plenty of room to do so. Okay, this will be really cute. I'm excited to see my idea come to life here. Okay, so let's go ahead really quick and create the stencils. So to create my stencil, I just have a scrap piece of cardstock that I'm going to cut this out of. And I can use my mini die cut machine to trim this out. And I might need to trim both sides so that it comes apart. My cardstock's a little too long, but let's see. So if you use this just as the die, oh my gosh, that's so cute. This is what it would look like and it's stitched, which is so fun. And we probably could do something fun with this later. It kind of depends on, I don't know, I gotta see this all come to life. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is create a mask, and then we're gonna have fun doing some stencil work. So I'm gonna trim down my panel. I'm going to go 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to mask a certain portion to ink blend. I want to have a good portion of ink blending, so I'm going to actually do this big rectangle, and I'll secure my cardstock first to the mat, just like so. Okay, and then I'll do the same with the stencil. So positioning that exactly where I would like that to go. That looks good. And taping that down. Okay, so the idea here is I'm going to use a really light blue. I'm going to use the color powder, and I'm going to create some really fun and wispy clouds down my card. And I believe that I start up here. Is that right? I think I'm going to start at the top. Okay, so I can simply hold my stencil or I can tape it into position. I might tape. So I want this first one here. Just like that. Okay, grab my blue and I'm gonna tap it off, then bring it right on in. Okay, and I'm just gonna go pretty light with this, just to get enough of a little blue tint, but not overpowering. I want this to be very light. Okay, so then I can remove my tape here. Just going to keep that tape right on that stencil and it'll just move together. But there is our first little spot. Then I'm going to thoughtfully move this around because I don't want all of it to look exactly the same. Oops. So I'm going to move this a bit. That way it takes on a different look as it goes down the card. But we're also further masking. Let's do that, so that we are having a rectangle. So we have a mask and a rectangle. It's all gonna work out really pretty. Okay, so then I'll do it one more time. Being careful not to go too low so that I don't do the other side of this little stencil. I don't want this harsh line down here. Okay, but then I can thoughtfully go up into the other clouds too, just to kind of blend that in again so I can go up here and soften that stencil line with some more color. All right, so what I'll do is once I have the color I like, I'll just do a little bit of softening by bringing some blue in here. You can just use the ink that's left over on your brush instead of adding more, because we do want those to be a little bit blue so that we see that line. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that. Okay, there is the final background. Isn't that pretty? So now I'm going to remove this, and then we have a pretty mask there. I love that. Okay, I'm totally changing my mind. I have this stamp set as well, and I think this is just looking so fun and cloudy that I want to do some additional cloud layers and then do the unicorn. I just think it is going to be even cuter. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp those out as well. In fact, I don't need to stamp out the cloud, however, because, well, I could, or I could just use the cloud die just so that I have without the black line on those. How would that look? Oh, the black line's kind of cute though. Oh, that would be kind of cute. Okay, I'm gonna stamp it out. Okay, I have a little bit of scrap cardstock here, and I think I want to do 3 clouds, so we'll pick one to do a couple of times, and then the unicorn. So give enough room for everything to be all cut out with our coordinating dies. There we go. And I'll go ahead and stamp these out. Now again, with the clouds, you do not have to stamp them out. You could just use the coordinating die to cut out white cardstock, which would be equally cute as well. Just depends on what look you're going for. And there's the second stamp. Okay, let's go ahead and move one of the clouds and restamp it. Any of them are fine, honestly. And because we have so much color on our background, I think I'm going to actually do something pretty minimal with my coloring here. And I think I'll just probably do the unicorn's hair. Okay, all the Copics will be listed down below in case you miss any of them, but I'm going to go ahead and get this all colored. Again, I'm keeping very basic and neutral so that there's a lot of fun contrast against our cloudy backdrop. Okay, I'm loving this, and the fact that I am doing something completely different than I thought is kind of fun. Okay, so it's just the way it is, how it always goes. You just kind of trust the process. Okay, I am going to trim these out, and let's do something like this where we cut this in half. That way it'll fit through my machine. And I'm going to use some tape to secure these dies down so that they are right into position. All right, I will send that through, and then we can do the other page with both clouds and be done. Very cute. Okay, there's our cloud and our little unicorn. She's so fun. Okay, and then we have our final two clouds. Did not do amazing on my clouds, but they're going to be super cute nonetheless. It'll be okay. All right, so I was thinking, oh, I love the layer of the cloud on top of the other clouds. And we're going to bump these up so that they are nice and, let's see, wait, we have two of these, so we need to do something like that. Okay, we're going to bump these up so they have some fun dimension. Cute. And then we can just either layer or do something here. Okay, and I also have this hello die, which bought it and forgot it. I had it sitting in my stash, so we're using a lot of fun things that I haven't used, which is so exciting. I love the fact that this could be in white and just be whimsical within those clouds. So I cut this out a couple times out of 110 pound cardstock just to be able to build it up quicker. All right, so now I just need to kind of think through the design here. I'm liking the idea of just doing a bunch of layering. I think that could be super fun. And this will be nice and bulky. And we could even add this little Stay Magical under there as well. So, okay, I'm gonna add actually and do liquid glue to these pieces. I think that would be super cute. So let me do these elements first. I may add, got a little much there. I may add a little bit of foam adhesive to the unicorn, but I think I want to do these flat on the card. And I even might bring this over just a little bit so that it's kind of interacting with the margin area. Okay, I'm just going to do these kind of one by one. Let's layer these, kind of working from the bottom up on these pieces. So I'm just going to add little tiny glue dots to the back of this die cut, and then I'll glue it to its little match so we can have a nice thick sentiment. Okay, hover that over, get it as close as possible, and then with the liquid glue, you're giving the grace of some time to kind of wiggle that into position and get it all shifted. Then we'll glue it right to the card. I love this hello too because it's almost as, well, it's just not uniform. So it's kind of like a cloud would be. Pull it down just a little bit. There we go. There we are. Okay, I love that. And then we can put this cloud up here. Again, interacting with that margin just a little bit. Love that. We're still getting so much of that fun blue feel as well. And then we'll put this little unicorn here. I'm loving the idea of adding that little Stay Magical sentiment. So I'm going to peel up this. It is ever so tiny too, so it'll be really cute. And just plop it right under here as a little sub-sentiment. Okay, looks straight. Let me position this real quick and place that right on down. Oh, so cute. And two. I love, love, love a yellow and blue together. I think this would be really fun for a card base. Makes it really fun and summery as well. So I have 11 by 4 1/4, so I will do half of 11 at 5 1/2 for that center score mark. And then we'll just go ahead and create that card that folds right at the top. I'll open that right back up, place that down, and add some foam tape to the back. Isn't that going to be pretty? All right, that foam adhesive is right on the back there. So we'll have just a tiny boost of dimension. We'll center that. Oh, I love it on the yellow. It's so fun. This makes it so playful. I'm gonna add some fun embellishments here. As always, I feel like lately I've been really loving little groups of 2. It's just been making me happy. So I'm gonna do that. So I will do a couple there and then a couple there. It's a fun way to just fill out and extend some texture on the card. So I'll do 2 here, and they will dry nice and clear, which I think is very fun for a clouded background. Dewdrops remind me of a water element too, so that's super appropriate for this card. Sweet for this card. And then there's the final little duo. Okay, bought it then forgot it, but it ended up being a super fun card in the end. I love it. It was a completely different direction than where I thought. I even grabbed additional supplies that I wasn't intending on using, but staying with the theme of the video, which is using those unused supplies. I'm really excited how it turned out. So hope you enjoyed watching this. Again, all of the supplies will be listed below if you click on the title of the video, and more fun is coming ahead. I can't wait to continue crafting with you. See you next time.